Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Symphony. I'm hearing an echo on myself. Is that me? It's always me. Symphony Entertainment,
It's a,
Gaming, and Arts is my gaming company. Twitch was in the background repeating what I said, and it was really creepy. Symphony Entertainment, Gaming, and Arts is my company that focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency in an attempt to bring a symphonic approach to horror role playing. I am your host, Bridget Jeffries, and tonight we're back with the Symphony Sonatas 60 minutes of improvised horror. I can't tell you what's going to happen because not knowing is honestly most of the fun. If you're watching live, please hop into the chat, throw us out your ideas, your commentary, and we will probably incorporate it into the game in real time. Before we get started, a couple quick announcements. First and foremost, next week we have two special guests coming onto the Symphony streams. The award-winning filmmakers and owners of Boxland Media will be joining us live on stream to discuss ways to elevate your role play. This will be a completely free event. Bring your questions. They are going to be doing a Q&A at the end of the event. This is only going to be an hour. I'm actually a student of Boxland Media. I started there a few months back to get help on my performative role-playing skills, along with some hands-on training with podcasting, microphone etiquette, and things of that nature. They are really amazing people. It's so funny. I actually bought them. I went into their studio one day, and I had the shirt that Bucho and I always wear, the support Black women who write weird shit. And they saw it, and they were both like, "Can we get that shirt? Can we get that shirt? Can we?" So I literally, I literally have their shirts in my car. When I tell you they're just really amazing, fun people, you guys will super enjoy them, and they just add a shit ton of value into any environment that they're in. So that is going to be Wednesday, January 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, it will be recorded. I'll have it uploaded onto YouTube about a week later. And the last announcement, Symphony Entertainment does have a Patreon. So if you like this content and you would like to help us make more of it, please, please, please consider backing us on Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. So without further ado, let's unveil this cast. Starting with Bucho, cast members, tell us who you are, where people can find you, some of the things that you do, and your favorite color.
my name's Bucho. I'm new to the stream. I've never done this before, so I'm a little nervous.
Tell a lie
Uh,
Saturday.
yep. You can find me currently on Instagram. I'm back into my painting, so there's going to be some updates tonight for sure. At the Real Pink Manther is where you can find me. My favorite color right now is bruise.
Is Ruse?
Bruise, like the color of bruise, like that weird purplish yellow.
Ruse. Okay. I'm going to somehow put that into this game.
That's the writer in me just being kind of a douche.
Be douchey, baby. Be douchey. I'm still going to bring that into the game somehow. Beautiful. Kicking it over to Allie.
Okay, I'm Allie, and my primary work is over on the Old Ways podcast, playing as Katerina Bogdanovich
Oh,
in the Vampire, the Masquerade Chronicle that we're running over there, and you should come join us at some point. And fuck, what's my favorite color today? Royal purple, Bridget.
Oh, royal purple. Okay, so we've got some double down on purple. It's purple and then royal purple. Beautiful cast. Thank you. Due to this being a purely improvised game, I was not able to offer content warnings to the cast and crew. However, I have pulled for red lines. We have discussed that in private. The cast understands that the X card is in play. X's can be sent via private message or to me in Zoom. No judgment passed. No questions asked. All right, guys. Y'all know how this shit gets down. Bucho made the statement when we were in the whole screen that whatever we did in the last Symphony Sonata really worked. Bucho, give me an idea of how we can roll out the expectation this time. Tell us what you want to see, and we're going to try to duplicate that.
Well, I think it's a good idea to first, pick your era. So you've got a time frame to work with. Then maybe choose your setting. Is it going to be a city? Is it going to be a town? Is it going to be way out in the boonies? That gives you more of an idea of what you can play with. And then the kind of environment, maybe, or the season. Like, is it a dystopian landscape? Is it winter? Is it, these kinds of things that give you more detail about the world around you.
Okay. So, per your instructions, starting with era. Era, chat, or you guys here at the table with me, where you guys want to start today?
1970s.
Okay, we got 1970s on the table. I saw science fiction discovery, like a new planet. We can throw that in there too. Science fiction, new planet. Evan is Winter Dystopia. Ooh, Winter Dystopia could be cool. That sounds like work, Evan. I'm not trying to work today. It's only an hour game, but that does sound cool.
That sounds like The Road right there.
Oh, God, Jesus, that book broke my whole soul. Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Chat, anything else for Era? Right now, the reigning champ is 1970s. I'm going to throw modern out there because I'm lazy. Yeah.
I like
yeah.
70s.
God damn it.
That
So
could
we're
be
doing
fun.
the 70s?
I think
Allie?
we should.
I love hate you so much. Okay. 70s.
I know.
Polyester
1970s.
feels right today. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels right today.
It could be a polyester Saturday.
Hell yeah.
I
Purple suit, yellow shirt. There it is.
Okay.
I look like a walking bruise. Done.
My name is a pimp named Bucho.
We're in it. I'm
Okay.
going to get you, sucker.
God. Okay. 1970s it is. All right.
Ooh, we have roller disco in there.
Absolutely. Yes.
I don't even want to go any further than that, but I'm going to give chat a whole 30 seconds just to see if anybody can contend with roller disco. Oh my God.
I
Roller
love it.
disco gangs, like warriors, but for
Like
disco.
the Warriors, but for disco. That's brilliant.
That is really good.
Oh, I wish I had 2 glass bottles right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going.
Symphony, come out to play.
Come out and play.
So I already know that the bottoms that I'm wearing are going to be royal purple with like the biggest flares that you can get that aren't going to get caught underneath disco wheels.
Yes. Okay, guys, I think that has been established. We are 1970s. We are doing roller discos with a nod or an echo to the warrior gang drama. And I need you guys to heavily incorporate the colors royal purple and yellow. So let's jump to my personal favorite part of these bad boys. Characters. Bucho and Allie, are you guys rivals? Are you siblings? Do you guys work at the roller skate, the rink, and you're just watching all this bullshit happen? Or you just attend to give me an idea who your characters are?
I don't know how we would know each other, but I am definitely the DJ at the roller disco.
Oh,
Okay.
see, I was gonna be like a really bored, like 17-year-old girl who's like working back behind the counter, who like gives out shoes
Okay.
and everything else. Like that's my plan.
Okay. So I can say that you guys are staff at this 1970s roller disco.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. Allie,
Yeah.
what's the name of this roller disco?
Dr. Cosmo.
My toes just curled a little bit. Dr. Cosmo roller rink. Okay. All right. I like this.
I immediately started thinking that the owner was the lead singer for the Muppets band. Like he's Dr. Teeth. That's why I thought that.
Oh my God.
That's
Dr.
hilarious.
Cosmos roller rink. Okay. Beautiful. There are a couple of special events happening at Dr. Cosmos right now, Bucho. What are the 2 simultaneous events that are happening at the roller rink? Because you're the DJ, so they would have cleared it with you. It's like, hey, you need to cater to these people and these people.
Yeah. So there's a Deep Funk and Games night.
Oh shit, I lost Bucho. Or at least he got real low on me.
Really?
Oh, and now you're back. Sorry.
Weird.
It's probably me. It's always me.
I'm gonna say one of the nights we have is a Deep Funk and Disco, or Limbo rather. So like I play like some really deep cuts that people aren't hearing on the radio.
Okay.
We do Limbo, so like everybody's getting they get the music they want, they just don't realize they want it because they've never heard it. But then everybody likes to Limbo, so it's a good time.
Okay. All right. I like it. What about that second group?
I think that's a couples night.
Oh, God. Okay. That's okay.
Yep.
Okay. It's a couple's night going on simultaneously. All right. I like it. I like it. Okay. Beautiful. Allie, tell us about your character. Tell us what they look like, what they're doing at this particular moment, and how long they've been working at Dr. Cosmos.
So she's been working at Dr. Cosmos on weekends and in the afternoons after school's out because she doesn't like any sports. There aren't any school activities she really likes because all of it makes her like she's just bored
Okay.
out of her mind. And she wears the biggest flare bell bottoms that she can find that are royal purple, and they're her favorite piece of clothing. And then she just wears like tank tops with like general like jackets pulled over, and it's a different color tank top every day, and it doesn't matter what the weather is, it's always a tank top uh, with just a jacket over the top of it. And like she just like has like like just barely shoulder length straight hair that is framed so she looks yeah, it's like a bowl cut, and just yeah, it's just straight, and it tucks right under her chin. She's just over the world right now.
Oh, I love it so much. And it's another fucking weekend night at Dr. Cosmos. Allie, what's your character's name?
Claire.
Claire in her tank tops. Beautiful. Okay. And where are you right now in the game? You said you're behind the counter handing out skates to people?
Yeah. Chewing gum and being and just looking, as like I'm just surly. Working
Just
behind the
surly.
counter.
I'm so annoyed. I hate being here. That is perfect. Claire, at this particular moment, some love-struck couple that you're like, y'all are going to break up in 10 minutes because y'all are way too over it. Just ill. It's so gross. It's so obnoxious. They come in and they can barely give you their shoe sizes because they're looking into each other's eyes and they're intertwining their fingers and they're just, oh, so fucking in love. And you finally get them away from your desk, and there is a gentleman that almost seems to just materialize on the other side of the desk. And you know him. It's Scotty. Scotty has been asking you out every weekend for the past, I'll say, like 13 weeks. He just materializes out of nowhere, and he's hanging over the desk. He's like, Claire, 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 Claire.
What?
Can I take you out tomorrow?
No.
What about tonight?
No, I have to work all night.
But what are you doing after work? Because I have a car. I can give you a ride somewhere. Do you want to go to, you want to get something to eat? You could totally get something to eat.
No, I want to go home because I'll be here until like 2 a.m.
But I could be here till 2 a.m. with you, is what I'm saying, Claire.
Don't you have a curfew?
I mean, yeah. And it's at 10.
Yeah, so probably you should stick to that curfew.
Okay. That's all right, Claire. I see you. And he's starting to slowly skate backwards away. He's like, it's okay. I'll try again tomorrow. By the way, that character is inspired by something Bucho told me on the whole screen about how he was DJing this event, and there was this one guy making rounds to every female in the room asking him out, and everyone told him no. So congratulations, Bucho. I literally stole that from our conversation 5 minutes ago.
That's fantastic. Yep. I
Let's go to
recognized him immediately.
All right, Bucho, tell us who you are, what your name is, what you're doing currently, and then most importantly, what's on the track right now?
Oh, boy. So, my man Jerome Curls.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Keeper Chad said he just got some clarification.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. But I'm going to make it worse right now.
Let's go.
So my name is Jerome Curls, but I prefer going by Jerry. And I am one of the whitest dudes you know. But I do have a blonde afro. It's just how my hair goes. I'm not trying to appropriate it. It's just that's how my hair is.
You just got the.
I got the big 70s bush on the head. He is in a purple suit with kind of a shiny silk shirt underneath. This is his Funk Night outfit.
Yes.
And he's got skates to match. And so whenever he puts on a track that he's really into, he will leave the booth and go dance for a bit with everybody and then go back up. He'll play
he's one of those DJs. Okay.
He'll play the 12-inch version that's got the 3 extra minutes on it so he can go out and dance. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's Jerry.
What's playing right now, Jerry?
I've been looking at some tracks, trying
Oh
to figure out
yeah.
what I want it to be. Uh-huh. I think oh, Jesus.
Too many
Uh
options. This is Allie's fault with the 70s, which I
I
love.
know.
it is, but it's great.
Chat has released the Beast by Breakwater.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
That'll work.
That'll work.
I was gonna go with Chic, but that will work too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I thank you so much, Cosmic. You're a rock star. Also, Mike Diamond fucking derailed me completely with the Soul Glow comment. I'm pretty sure Soul Glow is like my kryptonite. If someone just says it gets me every time.
Eric LaSalle. Eric LaSalle.
Okay. DJ Jerry Curls. You are just heading into the crowd to kind of hype up the people, be with them. You're spinning around. You're gonna just narrowly miss Scotty, who is like trying to be sexy and backwards skate away from one of your coworkers that you know is Claire. He just narrowly bumps into you. He's like, "Oh, sorry, Jerry. Sorry. I'm gonna get her one day. I'm gonna get her." And he's already joining in on the circle. And you're moving out into the crowd. And there's something that immediately catches your attention. So if you're on this rink that is just flooded with light and the music that you have jamming, it's one of those things you can feel the beat of release the beat in the air. People are jamming. You've got the couples and you've also got this disco night, this funk night happening. Your eyes fall around one of the exit doors. It's like one of the emergency exit doors that you guys all prop open to go out and smoke cigarettes and come back. And you notice one of the other younger cigarettes. It's the 70s. Cigarettes. Yep. You notice one of the employees comes in, shuts the door, and he has this conspiratorial excitement about him. And he just does a quick dash across, like, you know, one of those areas that has like those picnic tables set up, the indoor picnic tables where you can sit and have drinks and eat your popcorn and cotton candy, whatever. And he joins a table where, you know, the second he comes into the conversation, all the heads kind of double in and there's a scurry of activity that you can't hear. And then that entire table gets up and leaves. Also for you, Claire, you notice as you are like wiping off the sweat and the grease and the muck from the top of your countertop, there is a group of individuals that all walk out past you, and they're doing that posturing thing. They're rolling their shoulders up, they're cricking their necks, they're patting themselves down, and you guys both know a rival gang just arrived and a fight is about to break out. You can only hope and pray that shit stays outside and doesn't come inside, but you all know this is what's going to be happening.
Yeah. So I'm going to notice this. I'm going to pick up on the vibe because I read dance floors. Like I know how people react. God, this is all so much fun going back to that conversation we had before the stream. That's hilarious. That was completely not intentional either. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like let the volume on the record come down, but then I'm going to put on something real low key, like I'm not in love.
Okay, so you're trying to tone the energy down.
I'm trying to kill the fucking vibe so that the room changes. So that like hopefully that will kind of get them to go the fuck like
what? This isn't
throw them off
their
game and like hopefully stop something from starting. Yeah.
So Symphony Sonatas, we don't roll. Here's my question for you: were you successful or unsuccessful in this particular attempt?
I think I've been doing this for years. It's an easy thing for me to do. Am I successful in changing the vibe of the room? I think I'm successful with the regular roller skaters. I don't think I'm successful with the gangs that are getting up and leaving.
Okay, I like that. So to complement that success, basically what happens is you're changing the energy of the room. And this is like couples night, that event is. So the second you put on a song like that, all the couples are like, oh my God, this is our moment. And they all go, and it's just like, it kind of scatters that energy. Claire, what are you up to, if anything?
Well, so like I'm going to see these guys and it's like, we just had this 3 weeks ago. I don't need this on my shift again. Right. It's Saturday night. This is when I make the most tips. I don't want to deal with this bullshit right now.
Right.
So I'm going to let the assistant manager who gets stuck working weekends, who happens to go by the name of Crystal May.
Crystal May.
It's not her real name, but that's what she likes to be called.
Got it. Okay.
And
And this is your assistant manager?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'll let her know what's going on and basically tell her, get one group of them outside and we can deal with the rest. We just don't have to worry about any particular damages. We don't need a repeat of a few weeks ago.
Okay. Allie, one, you're so fucking sexy. I love you. You just like, here's an NPC. Enjoy. Bye. Tell me about Crystal May. Tell me, just throw me out some adjectives on Crystal May. And by the way, Chris says he loves that name. It is a good name.
She is, let's just say relaxed pretty
Okay.
much all the time.
Yes, she is. Okay.
And she basically is because she's so relaxed all the time, it's just always the nonchalant, oh, don't worry, baby, we'll get it taken care of. And
Okay.
she basically moseys everywhere she goes. And she is permanently nice because in her viewpoint, everything's all about love. And we just need to make sure that we have the love to just exist.
Okay. So you catch her along with a scent that constantly carries around her, and you come in and you express what you express. And she's like, "No, don't worry, babe. We'll go handle it. Come on. What did she say we need to do? What's actually happening?"
There's the gangs are back inside. We just need to get one group of them out. Probably the other group will follow. I just don't want to have to let Marie know in the morning that we had extra damage, lost a bunch of skates because we had to chuck them at the gangs to get them out the door.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Are you handling that or are we handling that?
I mean, technically, you're the manager, so you're supposed to handle that. But I can help you if you need it.
I love you so much. I'm so glad that you work here. Yeah, come on, let's go handle this. Let's get the guys outside. I'll call the police. I'll be there in just a couple seconds. You know, if you leave her, she's not getting out of that chair.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put some skates on her feet. I've done this before.
Yes,
and
you have.
Like, it takes no time. I'm just gonna like grab her feet, throw some skates on her feet, and like literally just drag her over to one of the tables because it's so much easier than getting her to properly stand.
Oh God, yeah, listen, man, talk about easy money. By the way, Keeper Chad just put a mechanic in for throwing skates as 1d4 plus 2. And I need that on a t-shirt now. Throwing roller skates, 1d4 plus 2. Okay. Claire, you are able to get Crystal May, not her real name, up and moving, and she loves you. She thinks you're so pretty, and she's so happy that you work here, and just your energy is it's just really my type of energy too. It's like our energies, they're just so sympathetic. And over back into the DJ booth, you're watching the crowd kind of spin and move, and you're back in control of your dance floor. And of course, that limbo stick comes out, and you have, the couple other assistants, the associates who are there on the floor, and they're kind of like swaying, and couples are going under, holding hands, and they're falling over, and they're giggling and laughing. They're so in love, and they pull each other over, and you've currently got limbo action happening right now. But then Bucho, or I should say Jerry, as you're there, there's something in this environment that runs through it. There's a sensation, there is a feeling, there is an emotion that just runs through the entire rink. What is that emotion? What is that feeling? What is that electrified, impending, associated emotion?
I think it's mass confusion.
Okay.
I think it is something hard to pin down because it's such a foreign thing.
Okay.
That everybody's like, what in the ass is happening right now? Like, it just shakes everybody.
Okay. something happens, and this entire area is saturated with this feeling of mass confusion, and it hits everyone simultaneously. It also hits your equipment. What just happened to your equipment? What's going on with it?
Oh, the needles definitely skipped over and they are off the turntable. Like they're kind of bumping up and down along like part of the turntable that's not the record. So you just get like a
Mm.
and so it gets that rhythmic sound going just through the speakers.
Okay. At blaring volume, so you have a lot of people who are falling off of their skates, or they're holding their ears, they're looking around. There's a lot of confusion. Hopping back down, there is a very small flight of steps from the rink down to like the main entrance, Claire, that you and Miss Crystal are going to be heading out of. And of course, you guys already know how to do the sideways like waddle down with your skates. The music abruptly stops somewhere upstairs. There's not screaming as much. There is this overwhelming feeling of confusion that just washes over you, and it washes over Crystal. Crystal loses her footing on that next let me hop on down, and she winds up sliding sideways down to the bottom of the stairs with this suddenly sober look on her face, like what is that? How do you respond in this?
Well, I failed to keep my balance, so I go with her.
Okay.
And I'm just going to look at her. What are you doing? You know how to do this?
Claire, something's, and before she can finish that sentence, the two front doors, the glass just shatters. There's a crack, there's a shatter, and the glass comes through as one of those heavy, massive vehicle chains that has been looped together comes swinging through. The glass shatters and falls, and it comes and it just across the lobby, thrown at such a force, it catches Crystal directly in her face. There is a crunch as a splash of blood comes across your face. A tooth falls along with her, that chain, and she just slumps forward.
Crystal just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And you're there on the ground feeling doubly confused with Crystal, who's just kind of fallen over into your lap.
So is she like fully knocked out?
Oh, yeah, she's clocked out. Gone.
Okay. So
KO Crystal, as Chris Bates says.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to... So much work for me tonight. So I'm going to have to like drag her body, her unconscious body, right?
But at least she's on wheels.
So there's that.
There's that.
So I'm just going to like put her behind the counter, and I'm just going to stare at her. It's like, great. I got blood. I have an unconscious manager, and all of the windows are broken. I'm going to hear so much shit about this in the morning.
You're going to hear a lot of shit about it now, because there are shadows and things and multiple creatures. They look humanoid from the best that you can tell, in the blinking light on the outside of the building that's making them seem to jump in and out of the shadows. But there is a massive affront of multiple things, people's creatures, rushing towards that door. And they're all in pursuit of a 16-year-old kid that looks like what, Bucho, who is booking it right now.
Oh God, this fucking kid. Man, this kid, he wears clothes that are too big for him.
Okay.
He's got like dark brown hair, a little bit of a paunch. Nice enough kid, but like just doesn't. He's just not there. Okay. Right? Like he doesn't get social cues. Like he doesn't pick up on things.
Okay.
And I think he's just kind of dumbfounded.
Okay.
Like, I think he is probably more concerned that the music is gone than anything else at this moment.
Oh, hold on. Let me recycle. This is the kid that's running in, that's being pursued by whatever these creatures are. Sorry. Poor articulation.
Oh, no.
So this kid downstairs, yeah. That's getting ready to run by Claire.
God.
Sorry, poor articulation.
I mean, at this point, like I see him and maybe I'm going to try to point him towards the back door, the emergency exit.
Go that way.
Yeah, like the other way. And so like I'll scream that at him.
Okay. Okay. Merging these scenes, this kid, 16-year-old, comes running by you, Claire, and he has this panicked look in his face. And the one thing that you notice is that there's something very strange about his eyes. They look almost more reptilian in nature than they look human. He looks very flustered. He looks very afraid because he is running from whatever these creatures are that's pursuing him. He looks over at you as you're like holding the body of your boss, and he says, "Run!" And he's booking it up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. Bucho, this is when he comes into view of Jerry. You have multiple people who are coming to their feet, who are like looking around. There's one guy that's like tapping on your booth, like, turn it off, turn it off. And you see this kid run. And he looks left, he looks right. You point him at the back door, like, take that bullshit out that door, and that'll buy you some time. And he looks at the door, he looks at the limbo pole that's still being held right now. And he runs, and he baseball dives under the limbo pole and disappears completely. You see this, and a handful of other people see this, and everyone starts screaming.
I think Jerry's at a loss for words now. And there's still the nonsense coming through the front windows and the front doors. I think at this point, oh God. I mean, I was going to try to get everybody out through the emergency exit, assuming there was nothing out there. Now I have to assume there's probably something out there, but now I've got this to contend with. So, oh my God. I think I'm going to run out there and I'm going to grab the limbo pole and take it off the floor. Like, I don't want anybody else to go in there not knowing what it is.
Okay. You run out there. The two guys holding the limbo pole are like in shock right now. They're just like, ain't no fucking way. There's no fucking way. You come out and you grab onto the mount. And the second you wrap around your hands around it, what the fuck do you see? You see beyond the veil. You see beyond here. You see something. What do you see for just a glimpse that feels like an eternity?
I think it is something similar to that constellation, the Pillars of the Gods. I think it's very similar to that he sees, just very briefly.
Okay.
Probably darker, more muted, like reds than anything else, but like that's what I would envision.
Okay. Jumping back downstairs, Claire, this kid with reptilian eyes just ran by you. You have no idea what happened upstairs. But these figures have now come onto the glass fronts, and you realize it's not like dozens or hundreds. It looks like they're all combined into one mass. And as they all splat on the glass, it begins squeezing through that area that the chain goes through. And just this one massive entity begins to compress itself and pull itself through. And it's made up of torsos and faces and hands and gaping maws. And it's squeezing itself in. And one of the head turns and looks to you, and it howls as you're sitting there holding Crystal.
So I'm just going to drop her like a bag of... like a bag of potatoes. She's just on the floor.
Okay.
They don't know she's there, right? She'll be fine.
No, they have no idea, because you brought her behind the counter, right?
Right, yeah.
So thunk. She's already unconscious.
Yeah, it's fine. Definitely no brain damage. And of course, the first thing that's going through my head is, God damn it, Michael Diamond.
Mike is the worst, because his commentary will derail the fuck out of you 10 out of 10 times. Hey, Liquid Fire.
So the first thing, of course, that I'm thinking is, have I spent too much time inhaling crystal fumes? Because how would I be seeing this giant mesh of, stuff? And then probably when I realize that she's unconscious and this whatever is still coming, I'm just gonna like hurl myself under the edge of the counter. It's like, okay, it's fine. Nothing can see me. It's the blanket effect. If you can't see me, I'm totally safe.
Right. If I can't see you and you can't see me, we can't see each other. Is that successful?
No.
No. Okay.
Whatever this thing is gonna like slowly reach over the counter to like try to get to me, and I'm going to be struggling to run in my roller shoes because I don't think to take them off.
Okay. So you're here and you're just like If I can't see it, it can't see us. If I can't see it, it can't see us. And there are sounds and there are moans and there's chittering and there's multiple languages that this thing is speaking or growling or groaning that are overlapping and intertwining with each other. It's just a cacophony of mass confused mess. And you can't see it coming, but you can feel it, you can smell it, and for whatever reason, you can taste it. What does this shambling mound of bodies taste like?
Oh, Jesus.
Cigarette smoke.
Okay, so that stale packaged cigarette smoke, that just bitter, tangy, terrible, overwhelming taste comes into your mouth, and you can't help but to gag, because that is it's like somebody made an essential oil out of stale cigarettes and just poured half the bottle down your throat right now. You're just like, yeah, you can't help but to gag. And the tarp, the blanket, the sheet comes up, and there's not a mound there. There's a person there. It looks like who is Claire doesn't really do school, but there is this one teacher that they really like. Who is that teacher that they really like?
Fuck. I give you an NPC and now I struggle.
You're okay. You want me to kick it over to Bucho?
Yeah, Bucho, give me a
Bucho,
teacher.
give us a teacher that Claire actually rocks with.
Miss Parkinson.
Miss Parkinson. Tell me about Miss Parkinson.
Math teacher.
Okay.
Typically dresses in shades of blue.
Okay.
She's got very conservatively short, dark hair.
Okay.
She seems pleasant. She's middlingly attractive.
Okay.
She's a high school teacher.
Okay. The blanket pulls back there, Claire, and peeking under it, you see Miss Parkinson. She's wearing her iconic blue dress. She has that same half smile that she constantly wears. The smell and that odor and that taste of stale cigarettes is really overwhelmingly strong right now. But the grunting, groaning, flapping sounds and those intermixed languages almost feel like they're in a room away. Or maybe they're outside, but they're not here in this moment. And she looks, down at you and she says, Claire, honey, are you okay?
No, there's a thing outside, and Crystal is well, I don't know if she's dead, but she's at least not awake. The glass is smashed out.
Yeah, I saw the glass. Oh, Claire, I don't think you should be here. Come on, let me get you out of here. And she extends her arms to you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going right to her. If she's like the only teacher that I gel with, yeah, I'm going right to her, because she's probably the only adult that I give a shit about.
Okay. You come into her arms, and she wraps her wrists and her forearms, around the inside of your waist, and she brings you into a physical hug of nightmares. What do you see when you are embraced by her?
Well, I see the glowing eyes of just random eyes placed in whatever this mass is, and with it wrapped around me, the more I struggle, the more tendrils that come out to hold me closer into it, and I see them come up and start encompassing my body, and I'm going to try to move my arms down just far enough to pull off my skates.
Okay.
So that I can try to break free and make it out.
Do you succeed in that?
Yeah, barely, and I'm gonna book it up the stairs.
Okay.
In just my socks, and I'm not gonna look back.
Okay. You just narrowly escape the embrace of Miss Parkinson, and when you look back, that is not Miss Parkinson. Whatever gray humanoid half-face, jaw hanging off creature that is 100% not Miss Parkinson, and it snaps its neck at you. It goes, no! And the entire mass is pulling itself off of the ceiling. It is almost fully encompassing this entire lobby area, and it is still moving forward, and a hand reaches out to you, and unfortunately, you have been embraced by one of us. The name of this creature I just apparently fucking gave it. Something of you stays with it forever, Claire. What did you donate to one of us?
An ear.
Okay. Okay. So the creature that's not Miss Parkinson, that last grasp as you're ducking down, getting out of your skates, she catches you directly behind your ear, and there is a piece of scalp, a chunk of hair, and your entire top of your ear comes off with it. Jumping back upstairs, Jerry Curl. Jerry, you've just seen this galaxy structure, and you're jumping back. What do you do?
I mean, again, at this point, like I gotta try to get the people out.
Okay.
These are my people. I mean, it's my dance floor. I am in charge of them. Like that's my thing for the night. So I'm gonna try and get everybody out through the emergency exit door, like away
Okay.
from danger if possible. I'm gonna swing the door open first and look around to see if it's safe.
Okay.
Before feeding whatever's out there with a whole bunch of people.
Is it safe, Bucho? When you open the door, is it safe?
It is not safe. It is not safe. No.
Why isn't it safe, Bucho?
It's not safe because I think what I see when I step out back is just like it's very dark in that part of the lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I see is basically shadows on black. Like I can see the figures, but I can't see anything else. And it's just like a small army of these black figures.
Okay.
Like they are clearly not human, but like they're taller, they're wide. Like I'm unable to pin down why I know they're not human.
Ugh,
but I know
that's
they're
unsettling.
not. Yeah.
The fact,
yeah.
That's very unsettling. You got the GM on that one. So you swing open the door, you see this, and then what do?
I shut the fucking door.
Yeah, we're
like, okay, well, can't go that way. So I'm gonna, if there's anything in the DJ booth that I can use to block that door,
okay,
I will block that door.
Okay. That's when the rain of screams hits on the wake of Claire as she is running, blood running down the side of her face. Claire, what does this look like as you enter into the room and this creature is the upward hallway of stairs coming after you?
I've just got like that wild look of panic, and I'm like, I'm almost like tripping over my bell bottoms because they're so wide. And I realize that like I don't know what this thing is, but I am tired of its attitude. It took my ear and I'm over it, but I'm also terrified because it's not a thing that should exist.
Yeah.
So do I make it into the room before you're
you make it up the stairs, and there's no door. This is just like that open stairwell that leads down. So yeah, you're up the stairs, and you are now on the second floor of Dr. Cosmo's roller rink, and there's a lot of confusion happening here, but everyone is starting to see this mass of a creature that's coming up the stairs after you. Scotty somewhere from the other side of the room looks to you and starts screaming no as he's skating to you full speed as blood is running down your face. Bay is always there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pause when I see him coming. If you fight this thing off, I'll go to dinner with you.
You're running towards him. He's running towards you. He says, "Fight who? Fight!" Holy shit! Scotty is pulled off of his feet into the air and into this mass as something just reaches down and grabs him over the face and pulls him back in, and that same creature is now reaching for you. There is total chaos on the rink. This creature is moving up the stairs. They are the hallway, and it looks like they're looking for something. All of its heads, all of its fingers, all of its, even the ankles that are protruding out are like sniffing around and looking for something. And it doesn't look like they're finding it, and it looks like they're going to get very agitated and very angry about this.
Are there any abandoned skates nearby?
Yeah, you've got racks of them. Are you gonna start throwing
Fantastic.
skates? Are we really
I'm
gonna start throwing?
throwing skates.
I'd like to tell you guys right now, Jerry has changed. Like he's picked up the needle on the turntable and he's grabbed another record because he's like, all right, we need another vibe change because we can't keep listening to this crap bounce, bounce, bounce. So he
Okay.
throws on the Ballroom Blitz by Sweet and just cranks it up.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we've got that going.
Ballroom Blitz. Just Allie and Keeper Chat, I hate you for this 1d4 plus 2 roller skating weaponization. Please tell me what it looks like when you hop behind the counter and throw your first skate at this thing.
Oh, so I saw a kung fu movie or two. I know how to do this, so I'm gonna just like grab like the closest skate. It's a size 10, by the way.
It is a size 10. Yeah, it sure is.
And I'm just gonna like fling it as far as I can, and it like lands in the middle of the rink, nowhere near what this thing is. And I'm like, oh, that's probably not hard enough. So I'm going to use my for some reason, and this is the logic that comes to me, I'm going to use my non-dominant hand. And for some reason that goes flying into whatever this thing is.
Oh, release the disco ball. Chat, y'all are the best part of waking up. So you throw the first skate and it does nothing. It just bounces onto the floor as Ballroom Blitz is blaring right now. And it just kind of goes scooting by. And you, with your non-dominant hand, you go and you smack Bucho. Give me a body part. That's low-hanging fruit. Don't do it.
What a fucking phrase. Leg. I want
A
the
leg.
thigh.
It bruises a thigh that's about 15 feet up on this creature. Something significant is here to be noticed in this particular moment that I'm going to give you guys, but do you see it or not is my question.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
I probably do because it's vulnerable to the skates. So I'm going to like just pull a bunch of skates off of a shelf
Okay.
and put them up on the counter, and I'm going to start just like chucking skates to the beat of Ballroom Blitz.
You are chucking skates to the beat of the Ballroom Blitz, and several other people are doing one of two things. When this creature is coming inside, they're going to head out the back door that Jerry just tried to barricade. Of course, panicked people are going to pull that barricade down and then meet even a worse fate outside, but that's for off screen. Several other people are just like, we don't have anything to do. So like couples and kids and teenagers and older people, they all start coming behind you and they're chucking size 12s and size 11s and size 6 skates. And one thing that you do notice in all of this hysteria, that first skate that you threw with your dominant hand that just landed on the middle of the floor, it kept like twirling on its side and rolling, and it went underneath the limbo pole and completely disappeared. And there's like one or two other people that also notice that, and they're looking at the skate, they're looking at this creature, and just one or two people are just like, fuck it, we're going to try it. And they dive under this limbo pole and just completely disappear from view.
Do we hear any screams?
There's a lot of screaming in this room right now because you've got one of us that is pretty much practically inside right now. And then there's a lot of screaming outside that sounds worse than the screaming inside. So yeah, you definitely have a cacophony of screams that is not to the beat of Ballroom Blitz.
But it fits.
But it
So eventually, since everyone else is kind of doing my job for me, like, oh good, everyone's followed suit. I'm clearly the popular girl in the room, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna leave them to do like the equivalent part of that job.
Okay.
And I am going to I'm gonna go onto the floor in my socks
okay.
because the roller skates are just going to be a hindrance, and I'm going to take that limbo pole and I'm going to smack the big creature, whatever it is.
You grab onto the limbo pole and two things happens. One, you know how it feels like if you're underneath a balloon that just bursts and it's filled with some type of liquid, it says just sudden blech, of just like muck that falls on you. Something from one of us and whatever it's doing with one of his people up there just falls all over you as a gush of mucus and blood
Ugh.
splashes over your face. It's in your eyes, it's in your nose, it's getting in your mouth. It's hot and cold at the same time. You put your hands on the limbo pole, and what do you see before you can swing it?
I see like a gaping maw that is filled with darkness. And it like howls at me because it's looking right at me. And I see more of those like just random eyes that are popping up all over with like heads that are kind of like emerging out to like look at me.
Okay. Hopping back over to Jerry. There's a lot of stuff happening right now.
There is, and I've got some questions.
I've got answers.
Okay. So there is a refreshment stand here. Does that refreshment stand have booze?
In the 70s?
Mhm.
Yes.
I would
Absolutely.
think so too. All right. So Jerry, noticing Claire like throwing all these skates at this thing, and everybody basically throwing skates at this thing, he's gonna try to make his way over to the bar and
Okay.
improvise a Molotov cocktail. Because I mean, there's not like he can't go out the emergency exit. He can't go out the front.
Mm-mm.
He's sure as shit not going underneath the limbo pole.
Sure, it's
like,
fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. Plus, he can't leave all his records here. Like that's not.
You put too much money into that shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to try to fashion a Molotov cocktail, and he wants to come up. If there is a way to do it, he wants to come up to the one of us from a side where it can't see him and attack it from a weird angle, like a side or a back or whatever.
Okay.
And so,
by the way, chat is absolutely loving Ballroom Blitz. They've been eating that up since you announced it.
20 years of DJing.
Yes.
I'm crushing it on Twitch.
Yes. You made it, babe. You made it. Here's the question. You have this Molotov cocktail. You're trying to get to a side of one of us that can't see, but this thing is just one big mess of people that is collected.
Oh.
So the question is, are you able to find that one corner in all of this chaos where there's not a face looking back at you through one of us?
I would say that you like. I think you would see the skin around all of the people that it's collected, but like it's a really thin membrane, right? So technically, no. So I think at that point, if there's no way for me to come up and surprise it, I'm just gonna say, well, fuck it, like, and just toss the bottle.
Okay. You're getting ready to toss the bottle because you're like, fuck it. At this point, there's no place on earth that this thing can't see me. And you're winding up to toss it. It's lit with a rag, and your little cousin appears. This entire creature is gone. Your little cousin appears. She was supposed to be going off to college, but that whole situation didn't really work out for her. So you knew that she was coming back home. She was actually supposed to come back home this weekend, but she's standing there. What taste is associated with this cousin?
Wow. I would say fresh sourdough bread.
Okay.
Because her mother, my aunt, would always make that as like a snack when I came to visit.
Okay. She is standing there in this is the 70s, so it's probably one of those lemonade polka dot, fan out dresses. And she shakes her head at you and she says, "Jerry, don't do that. He'll make it so angry if you do that. Just run."
I'm going to throw the bottle and then I'm going to run.
Okay. I am going to toggle between the two of you because we have 3 minutes left in this game because I'm going to do 2 minutes for outro. So at 3 minutes are left, you two are going to toggle the conclusion. You throw the bottle at your cousin. And
So when the bottle's thrown, I don't know that that's what happens. So when I lift the limbo stick up and go to smack it, I smack the Molotov cocktail into the creature.
double down. Okay. Bucho?
I'm gonna run. I don't know where because I don't think there's an exit that I can go to. I think my best bet is to go back to the DJ booth near the emergency exit and maybe start unblocking the door.
Okay. You're heading back towards the DJ booth to unblock the door, kicking it back over to Allie.
So the creature's screaming because obviously when you light it on fire, it probably doesn't like that. And I'm going to
thousands of voices screaming, exclamations in multiple languages.
I'm going to see that the DJ is running back up to the booth, and it's like, oh, that's probably the safest place. And since there's an emergency exit up there, I would know because I've worked here for the last 3 summers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up with him so that I can find the exit, and I'll notice it's blocked, and I'm just gonna with my very poor weak teenage strength girl arms, I'm just gonna be pull it. No, I'm gonna be dragging stuff away from it so I can get out the door.
I need to let you know I looked out earlier and it's not better out there, but we might have more chance to escape. That's there's a lot of people out there or a lot of things out there. Just so you know.
You hear it burns, it burns, it burns, I'm burning. Through this entire room.
Has the fire spread all the way outside?
I'll say the fire has spread all over one of us at this point, but it's still contained in this room. You guys are still in this room. You just are the only 2 tucked behind the DJ booth.
I say we make a run for it.
Yeah, so we're on the 2nd floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I've survived worse, so, I'm not gonna even worry about going down the stairs. I'm just gonna, swing myself over the stairs of the emergency exit, and I'm not gonna land super good. I'm gonna sprain my ankle, and I'm gonna be limping along the side of the building. Nah, I don't want to deal with this shit.
Okay.
I still have my skates on, so shit is mad awkward for me. I have not taken them off because I paid a lot of money for these. They match my suit. I'm not throwing these at some whatever. No. I'll waste booze first.
Yeah.
So it takes me a while to get down the stairs because I've got to go sideways.
You're clank, clank, clank. Broken ankle at the base of the stairs, Claire. Jerry Curl, who's clank, clank, clank to a building that's now on the 2nd floor that's on fire to the sounds of ballroom blitz with a cacophony of screams of it burns, it burns, it burns. And as you finally get to the base of the stairs there, Jerry and Claire, you're limping along. You don't even want to look at the ankle and probably the massive purple and yellow bruise that's coming on it from being broken. You notice that the more this creature shrieks, the more that building feels to groan and almost whimper as it's thrashing inside, and that building can't handle that degree of heat. Windows begin to break out. Hands and faces start screaming out into the atmosphere. It burns. I'm burning. I'm on fire. And you notice that those black blips of shadow that were all around the outside, they start to kind of just fade into nothingness as this creature continues, and all of the people apparently inside too, continue to cook and burn. And that, friends of the Symphony, is where our show ends for the night. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in and or is watching the replay. You guys are indeed the best part of waking up. Before we empty the auditorium, let's go around one more time and say goodnight to our symphonic cast. Give us your name, where to find you, and what you do. Starting with Bucho.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bucho. You can find me on Instagram at The Real Pink Manther. You'll see a lot of art updates coming in the following weeks.
Woo woo.
Also, if you like my music choices, you can check out my mixes on Mixcloud, which the link is up in the chat, I believe. Yeah, that's me.
And Allie?
I am Allie, and basically the biggest place you can find me is the Discord for the Old Ways podcast. And I'm a cast member playing Katerina Bogdanovich for the Vampire the Masquerade campaign. Come join us, won't you?
Guys, per usual, If you like this content and you would like to help us make more of it, please consider backing us at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. We hope you have enjoyed the symphony, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful night. Fuck you in that face, Bucho. I can end the stream now, okay? I'm practiced. Watch me end this stream.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. Shut up, Bucho.